Hey, faithful viewer, it is me, Regina Nunley, better known as the Preacher Kid Sensation, PK. Sensation for short if you follow me on Instagram. And I am on today with a Monday motivation on the other side of fear. Now, I'm going to lead with this story. It was Friday night. I went to a gathering, and it was like around 10ish or so. Come home. The porch light is on, and those that live in Florida, you know how it goes. Sometimes the light will attract critters, and in our case, it attracted a Cuban tree frog. The little green things that be sitting up there, right? Okay, so it was right over the door. So I'm not terrified of them, but I know that when they're scared and when they get nervous or when they jump, they like to squirt at their butts. Anyway, and so I had no problem going to the door, but I didn't want to antagonize the frog, and he feeling the need to squirt at me as if that was one of his defense mechanisms. And I'm like, So he was over the door, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, if I get too close, he might think I'm a threat, and he gonna jump and squirt, and I'll get squirt face and squirting my hair. I don't got time for squirts. And I don't know where that squirt came. I don't know what that squirt came from, or I don't know. But I know that's what they do. So I was not trying to take any chances, and so therefore I stood there and I said, well, let me get my umbrella. Maybe I can move. Well, my umbrella wasn't long enough because I didn't want to get too close. And then he started moving, but he moved in the opposite direction, more over the door. This is not, you're going the wrong way, Frogger. And so therefore, he just crazy. And so then Holy Spirit said, get water, squirt him with water. I'm thinking, okay, all right, it can work. So I had to untangle the hose, but then it's 10 o'clock at night, so I had to turn on my phone light, looking around like, nothing around. And then I got the hose, and it was creeks in it, and then I turned it on, and then the water pressure wasn't that strong. I'm like, well, I'm going to have to put my finger over the nozzle, the opening of the hose, so it could skeet water. So anyway, I started doing that, and at first, it wasn't doing anything. It wasn't doing nothing. He was just like, and I'm sitting here like, this thing enjoying it. And I said, this is not messing with him. He completely is not, this not messing with the frog. And so then, I got kind of discouraged. I said, so I just kept squirting him. And then finally, I saw him the frog over the door. I started to see him slide, like he was slipping, losing his grip. And I go, so it is working. And so I started squirting on it. That just had that water hose on him. I was drenching the front door. I was drenching the porch, everything, because I was trying to get that frog from over that door. So finally, after a few moments, the water had kinked up, and I had dirt on my hands. It was a lot of work. But finally, he did slide off, and he jumped and went on off into the bushes. So here's the thing. I wasn't so afraid of the frog, but I was in fear of what the frog might do out of, because he was afraid of me, i.e. jump and squirt. As I don't want that on me. And so, the Monday motivation is what's on the other side of fear. Well, what's on the other side of fear is whatever's on the other side of fear. At this point, it was the other side. It was getting into my house, getting into the room, getting to the shower, getting ready for bed, relaxing. Okay. That was on the other side. And what was my fear? Not so much the frog, but the squirts of the frog. I didn't want to deal with that. Okay. So some of our fears can be justified and totally real. Okay. Totally real. You're not making it up. Okay. Sometimes our perception of things can make things real. Like the frog, to some people, the frog by itself is a threat. Okay. And said, oh no, the frog there. Oh no, I can't do that. And so what you gonna do? Stand outside? At some point, you're gonna have to make a decision. You're either gonna have to risk it, or you're going to have to do something to remedy the fear, to deal with the issue. Okay. So in my situation, I was able to deal with the issue of the frog by getting the water. Now, of course, I had to do a little work. I had to get the water hose and I had to kink it out and I had to undo it. Then I had to step up in the thing and turn on the spigot, the faucet, whatever. And, it was dark. So, some other critter could have been sitting up there like, how you doing? But I was willing to take the risk because my desire to get into that house was more than anything else. And that's where you got to be. You have to be so much to the point that your desire to get to the other side is more important than the thing that you feel like is stopping you, right? And so the plan was squirt the thing with water. And at first, it wasn't working. So here's a side note. You may be dealing with something, and at first, and it's causing you fear, it's causing you trepidation, it's causing you all kind of differences, okay? Going through all these differences. And at first, the plan that you have in place may not be working. Doesn't look like it's doing anything. Doesn't look like it's making a dent. Doesn't look like anything's changing, right? And that's how I was feeling with the frog. At first, I was spraying him. He was just like, and I'm like, this is crazy. But I stayed with it. And then as long as I stayed with it, I got more aggressive with it. And then all of a sudden, I started seeing the results. And then it worked. So even if you are afraid, all right, at some point, you're going to have to make a move to get past that fear. Get that thing out the way. Now, it could be your perception of it. Me, it was real. I seen what them things can do. I didn't want that thing squirting on me. Hey, this idea like just don't want to see that. I don't want to feel that. I don't want it in my mind, on my eye. Like, so no, I like So yeah, I'm gonna do what it takes to get past that obstacle that I was afraid of. Get past it. I was doing it, so it worked. And so the situation at first may not look like it's working out, but you got to stay the course. You got to stick to it. But when I start seeing that frog slip, that's when I said, oh. So, and then I noticed that if I hit it at a certain angle, then, and he slipped, I stay on. I'm like, and then when I saw him sliding, I stayed on him. I got more aggressive with it because I saw results, right? When you see results, then people get more confident. And then all of a sudden, he lost the battle. He had to go. All right. So what's on the other side of your fear? Are you there? Have you been there? What's on the other side of your fear? What are you afraid of? What's on the other side of your fear? Your dream, your accomplishment, the very thing that you've been lacking that for some reason you think is someone else's fault. That's on the other side of your fear. Some of y'all afraid to move on. Some of you afraid to make that move. Look, if you don't, you're going to stay right where you are like I was. Be outside. And I couldn't count on my mama because my mama don't like them things. I would have said, Mom, I got a frog. And she probably would have been clowning on me. Like, you telling me about the frog. But guess what? She would have wanted to bring out the spray. I said, I don't want to kill it. I just want to move him. Okay? Because he's inconveniencing me. Things could be an inconvenience for you. All right? And even then, even if it's that thing that's an inconvenience, it's something that you might be afraid of, guess what? There's a plan to get rid of it. My plan was water. What's your plan to get rid of the fear? The word tells us that God did not give us the spirit of fear, right? He didn't give that spirit to us. It's a spirit of fear, but he gave us love, power, and a sound mind. Love, power, and a sound mind. So if I didn't have a sound mind, I wouldn't have been able to receive the remedy. And then I wouldn't have been able to, and then if I didn't have a sound mind, or I feel like, I've been empowered now with with information that I saw work, I'll do it again. If I didn't have that, and I loved the frog too much to want to kill him. Okay, I just wanted him out the way. Okay, and so therefore, all three of them together helped me get into the house. So what's on the other side of your fear? Getting into your house, getting into your dream house, getting out of a situation, whatever it is, it's on the other side. It's up to you to get there. And you have to defeat the thing that you are afraid the most, whatever it is. So This is Regina Nunley, better known as the Preacher Kid Sensation, PK Sensation for short. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm the mental wealth builder. I believe in bringing educational value to inspire, to teach, and train because I am allergic to ignorance. Brought to you by See the World Through My Eyes, LLC, where I endeavor to help you see the world through a renewed perspective because a renewed mind creates a renewed lifestyle. Y'all have a great day. Make this Monday count and take care. Bye-bye.